To the workshop. Just to begin with, to let you know that this is my own personal experience and my own insights while working with and using kaleidoscopes. This information cannot be mastered in just one workshop. You would need to join me on an online course, which will be shown at the end, to help you achieve a truer level of success and to help you in the long run. Kaleidoscope Perception for a New World. Welcome to the workshop. When patterns are broken, new worlds emerge. And that brings me to what we're doing is we're working with kaleidoscopes to help develop your intuition, to help master your own level of intuition so you can master your reality by developing your sensory perception. What's in it for you? To be able to see from your heart space. When you see from your heart space, you see past the illusion and you allow your soul light to shine through, and your soul will guide you. The objectives of this workshop is to help you develop and deepen your understanding of your perception based on how color works according to your physiology and to your physical and mental bodies. This will help you to develop your ability to navigate and manifest in the new world that's emerging, understanding your own unique soul light, and understanding your own uniqueness and your soul light with the purpose to make manifest anything you need in the now. The world is in crisis. The old paradigm is breaking down, and our sense of who we are with it. There are major factors that we face now that are real, and the biggest one of that is stress. When we understand that all the patterns that hold reality manifest now need to be broken, they need to be broken down. So everything that you have trusted in the way that you earn your money, in the way that you live your life, in the way that you believe your life should be or could be, is changing. It's actually breaking down because there's something new that wants to emerge from that. So there's a lot of fear associated with all outcomes. If you have any projects, as I said, the way that you earn your money, your family, and it's the biggest fear, the fear of the unknown. So with all that's going on, the only place and the only person who's going to help you is you. And the only place to find the truth is in your heart. This is where the kaleidoscope or the kaleidoscope images can help and will be able to help you navigate who you are and your future if you practice this method that I'm going to share with you. Remember, this is just a method. It is not the only method, but it's a very easy method for you to tap into your inner knowing, your inner sensing. Now, I'm going to share with you, there are just 5 things you need to have in order to make this work for you. So the 5 things that will help you learn how to see from your heart space. 1, you need the sun, so you need sunlight, or you need a light source. Then 2, you need your kaleidoscope. If you have a kaleidoscope and it's well made, use that. Otherwise, order from me. I make them up especially, and you have your little box set and you keep that with you. Remember, this is a tool. It's something that you're going to be using in the future. It's not a toy. It's actually a workable tool that's going to help you manifest your reality. You need your eyes, because your eyes are going to actually be the portal through which your brain works. And the brain is where everything that is known is manifest. It is a tool too. Your heart. So this is very important for you to understand. These 5 things are what you're going to use to help you step into a new world and gain deeper sensory perception to actually help you. The essence of information. Why is that important? Okay, it's important because the essence of information is not in the content, but in its resonance. This is why feeling or sensing thing is so important. To sense the resonance of incoming information helps you co-create a resonant field, and that's what kaleidoscopes help you do. When you can understand that, you'll be able to see that for yourself. Now, this is a quote from, so our eyes are the windows to our world, our own reality that exists inside each of us as thoughts, feelings, daydreams, fears, and all emotions which happen inside us and behind our eyes. Yet we strive to be useful and have a meaningful existence outside in our world, while sometimes life feels so unbelievable that we have coined a phrase, pinch me, I'm dreaming. The Aborigine tribes call this world the dream time, and they say that we are reborn every day new. So if you have a kaleidoscope, I suggest you stop reading this now and make sure you have your kaleidoscopes and spend at least 2 minutes reading. This is your opportunity to begin to access this dream time through using this little magical key, the kaleidoscope, to unlock the portal to your higher self. How does this work? Why is that important? Kaleidoscope, as I say, works with the different colors of the rainbow. And when you understand that you are this living rainbow, that by using your kaleidoscope, you're actually giving your eye a focus. And that focus is very important. So we get our information from the sun. This is a brief explanation. The brain interprets the different vibrations and frequencies governed by your pineal gland, governed by your DNA, and governed by your body. Your body is also carbon-based and silica-based, which is a lot of what crystals work with. So when you look through a kaleidoscope, it's actually reflecting off of the 3 facets of the glass, and that information is spiraled into your eye. This is a holographic universe. Scientific research is showing us this to be true, which means we are made of the stuff of the universe, just as the Aborigines believe this is a dream time. So when you know that what this light that we see, that we call the visible spectrum, only makes up a very small part of the spectrum, and it consists of the reality. So your reality is formed from your perception, just as colors are created through a prism. And all light exists everywhere. If you run it through a prism, you get to see the different color bands. When we understand, okay, so you are the rainbow. So out of the whole electromagnetic spectrum, the colors of the rainbow make up 1% of what we see in the universe. So that means your reality is formed from your perception, which is only 1% of what is visible. So everything that you see can be monitored and shown as different frequencies and different wavelengths. Now, each of these different colors and frequencies are linked to the body and to different organs, which we know. So we know it as the chakra or energy systems. Now, this is the basic energy system, and each one of those are linked to different beliefs, different attitudes, different physical organs, and different feelings. And these are pre-programmed energy fields or little motors, which is why the Vedics in the Indian Sanskrit saw these as spinning wheels of light, because they are light encoded little engines. Now, when we realize that because we're in this hologram and because our world operates on a set program, that you can use the set program to help manifest what you need. Now, let's say in your day that you have had a wonderful day. So let's say red, for example. This is the easiest one. Red is linked to your belief system. So right now your belief is being challenged. Everything around you is being challenged. So what you see, which is up here, and what you believe might be 2 different things. And if you get angry because of what you're seeing, you're giving away your energy, and this part of your body will get depleted, which means you'll have no energy to get up and do anything. That means by looking through a kaleidoscope, you're going to use your kaleidoscope with a lot of red in, so that you can actually bring the colors of the rainbow into your body, and your pituitary gland and your pineal gland, which is the lighthouse of the body, can actually filter the right information down into your system so that your body can be filled up with light. Another way to do this is to do a guided meditation for yourself, where you actually see yourself filling up each of these centers. I've got wonderful examples of this, and I do teach people how to do this in a very easy method, but it cannot be done just in the amount of time I have now. So when you understand that this is a hologram, and that your eyes are actually perceiving, say for example, green, the image is then inverted in the back of your eye, and the image in biophotons is remade in your cerebral cortex. And this example shows you that the green photobions are produced by free radical reactions within your neurons. So it's a real physical thing. Light is a real physical thing that enters your body through your eyes, because your eyes are but portals into this reality, helping you manifest and bring something new to life. When you also understand that your heart is a resonant chamber. It has a resonant frequency that is palpable. Your heart gives off a bigger frequency than your brain. And we know when they put that EEG on your head and they measure your brain waves, it gives off a frequency, which is how they can tell what's happening in your head. Now your heart field is bigger than that. It also has a north and a south pole, and it actually has a torus. Like you can see, it moves around the body. So you are generating your energy of what you are perceiving through your brain, because the information gets filtered down into your heart, and then that information in turn is then fed back up into your reality. So kaleidoscopes work because you are actually giving your eyes something new to look at, something different, and you're actually feeding your body a correct way of receiving color therapy, just as you would have a multivitamin by taking a tablet that has the different nucleic acids or different vitamins in it. So this is a natural vitamin. Now light is tangible. They've shown that all color, all of our food, for example, in these photos, give off light energy. So this is also, your photons of the body are very important. And even in your cells, when you go into your cells, this is what it looks like up close, how light actually is working inside your with your protons, your leptons, and your DNA. So light filters all the way right down into the cells, which was what I was talking about. Here's another example of my diagram that I did a couple of years ago. So light comes all the way through the galaxy. It comes from the center of the galaxy. And they call it galactic light. So then it comes down, and then it gets filtered in through the back of the sun. And then the sun then sends it down to Earth. There's the sun. And 100% of the sun energy comes to us. All those different wavelengths, solar waves, radiation, X-rays, gamma rays. And only 1% of that is then light. And depending on the frequency at which it comes to us, it can be perceived as love, or we can interpret that as fear. The Earth has an electromagnetic field of north and south, which keeps us grounded, and that's very important also. Why? Because that information of light, when you look through the kaleidoscope, you're receiving all this information through all of your body systems. You are perceiving all of that light, and that light is entering your eye, and it's almost like there's an eye inside of you that's busy looking at a screen, and that information then comes straight through from the center of the galaxy, all the way up back to the center of the galaxy. So there you are receiving the light, and the Tibetans believe that there are wisdom channels that link your eyes to your heart, and your heart, we know, is where the soul resides. So that's why it's important for us to meditate with our eyes open, and that's how come fear affects us so, is because we have our eyes open. And why do they tell people to wake up when we are awake? We have our eyes open, we're operating every day. It's because we are not seeing with our heart. We are seeing with the brain, and the brain is simply a mechanism. That's all it is. There we go. It is a mechanism to interpret frequencies and patterns that give us images. Your role in life is to be able to interpret it through the way that it makes you feel, because the way that it makes you feel is going to help generate a more positive, harmonious energy in your whole body and in your surroundings, keeping you safe. And this can be, then once you've learned how to do this, it then helps you to generate new realities. And that's something that we're going to just touch on in a bit too. Kaleidoscope perception can be done in 5 different ways. When it comes to working with developing your sensory perception with your kaleidoscope, it's so important to have one that is well made, that has the right different frequencies of different crystals and colors, working with the right geometry. This is a big subject, but basically different geometries affect a person in a different way. For example, we are a 5-pointed star, which is why the Star of David, the figure of David with Leonardo's Da Vinci man has his arms and his legs stretched out. That forms a 5-pointed star. But Earth, for example, is always symbolized as a 4. The harmonious one that you want to work with is a 7, because 7 is about harmony. It's about balance. It's about bringing the heaven and the earth together. And when you do that, because you're focusing on your heart as the main driving force to actually generate a new future, it's important that you have the 7. And that's why having a kaleidoscope is so important. Then, to understand that you have the potential within you. What I'm teaching you is not something that you don't have. It's something you do have. You just haven't learned how to activate it yet. And this is what's important. So when you realize that you're working with tuning your body like a tuning fork, so you're actually opening your heart more to receiving more love and more light, and you're actually working with different people in different situations, you're actually bringing in harmony the different energy centers. And that's going to help keep you grounded and keep you sane. Now, each one of these have a basic core, fundamental program, but within each of these is a higher octave, and that's how you start developing your perception. So just to briefly go over that again, for example, I'm not going to run through all of it, I'm just going to give you an idea of what I mean. We know that red is your belief system. It's actually also linked to your gonads, so your sense of sexual, your sexual organs. So it's about feeling grounded. It's your roots. You plant your legs in the ground and you feel grounded and rooted. So if you don't feel grounded and you feel unrooted and you feel life is too much and you can't catch up with what's happening and there's a lot of fear, you need to ground yourself. That's why they talk about grounding yourself, putting your feet in the ground. What you're then getting is red is it's a color that is very warm. So it has a warmth to it. It has a more magnetism. Planting your feet in the ground, you're actually having the sense of feeling grounded and feeling warm. There's a warmth. If you think about it, this was formed from birth to the age of 1. That's how come people who are scared, when you hug them and you hold them tight, you're becoming like a mother holding a baby. And you hold that baby tight, and that's why they wrap babies up tightly, is because you're actually wrapping them up and making them feel safe. So that's one of the things you can do. You wrap someone up or you hug someone tightly. Immediately something is released in their system and they automatically feel safe. Now that is a higher octave of that energy. Let's move on. Just like working with the kaleidoscope every day and working with these 5 principles, you're working with your brain, your kaleidoscope, the sun, your eyes, the brain, your heart, the kaleidoscope. This is training. You're actually training yourself like a superhero so that this becomes instinctual. It becomes automatic. At any point, you're able to feel the energy moving through your body and you're actually able to navigate your future. When you know that these colors have a different vibration that work with you, and you know that green makes you feel safe, and green makes you feel loved, and red makes you feel safe. Those are the basics, but they're also key factors to understanding the vibration of what you've been fed. Now, to take it one step further, when light is on this side, it's called white light. When it comes through a prism, it becomes the 7 colors of the rainbow. But for me, what I've discovered is that there's another energy form, and that's what the kaleidoscope also offers you in the beauty. You see, the beauty of the pattern when you see that. So the most important thing to do is to practice this muscle. Practice tapping in. Practice using your brain. Practice using your heart. Practice using your eyes with your kaleidoscope, because it's through practice something happens. It's not something that I can go into great detail now and explain exactly what happens, but those 5 things are your core. If you do this every day for a minimum of 2 weeks, you will begin to see color differently. You will then begin to experience light differently. And that is so important, because as you move on, you will learn to work with your energy centers till it becomes automatic. When you realize what pre-program you're sitting in. You know, if you feel like you need to voice something and you get a sore throat, then you know that you need to actually balance this color. And balance this is about speaking your truth. It's about being truthful. And it's also about being supporting others and trusting yourself. So those are something that you can learn automatically by using your kaleidoscope, because you are tapping into the unknown, the world within worlds, the levels of dimensions and interdimensions that exist. When you have pain in your body, when you feel overwhelmed with emotion or you feel nothing, then you need to work with your emotional center, because this is where all information comes in. And kaleidoscopes can give you this feeling automatic without having to try and focus on yellow when you're spinning out. You just pick up your kaleidoscope and you look through till it gets to the yellow, and you spend time breathing that color in. That's what it does. It gives you a quick reference guide to actually tapping into the different colors of what you are. You are the rainbow. You are the light. You are this being that's standing on the earth, that the earth has light around it, which is also the rainbow. So you need to be able to process and operate each of your chakras at will. That is so, so important. So, resonance daily practice. Learn to relax. Kaleidoscopes help you to learn to relax, because you are sitting, your eyes are open, you are not looking at a computer screen made out of pixels or working with an AI or an Android. It is simple, basic, low-tech, analog vibration with gemstones and crystals. And that's what you need to actually nourish and feed your body. And it helps you to relax your mind. People describe it as a brain massage. People describe it as that they can feel the tingling throughout their whole body, because your pineal gland actually works with that. Then when you go through the rainbow tube and you have all of the different colors, you're actually giving yourself an energy bath, which means that you're actually in an instant rebalancing your energy from either overstressing, overworking, stressing too much, not working enough, whatever the imbalance is for you. The more you use your kaleidoscope, you will begin to understand your passion will come to you. And it sounds weird for me to say it like this, but when you're in that relaxed place inside of yourself and you have the universe inside of you and you realize that everything you have comes from within inside of you, you understand that what drives you. What have you always wanted to do? What do you constantly feel like you or that you think you should be doing, but something's holding you back? Because often it's a message from your higher self that's telling you, from your higher perspective, you know, that you should be a healer, that you should be working with children, that you should be helping people in communities, that you should be growing garden. Those are things that are coming to you from your highest self, and the way it's coming through you is through your heart. It's through your heart center, and that's why it's so important to keep this center open. The messages can also be coming from your future self, because your future self is the one that has that suddenly you're sitting with your kaleidoscope and you've looked at these beautiful colors and you're now all inspired, and you close your eyes for a minute and you take a deep breath, and suddenly you just see something incredible. This is your soul talking to you, your soul or your future self that has come back to give you the message, because remember, time is irrelevant.
Remember, time is irrelevant because time does not exist. Everything works simultaneously. It's just on a different level. So that's why messages come through. And it gives you an opportunity to focus on all your bodies. And you realize that we do have different levels of bodies that we work with. We have the mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional body that are the main bodies. And this gives you an opportunity to work on each one of them. And that's a very powerful thing to do. When you understand that nourishing these different bodies is essential for your growth, you need to nourish each and every single one of these bodies, but these are the 4 that really I want to emphasize, because if you can take in the nourishment from crystals and gemstones and light frequencies, the prana that exists in light, then you're on a good start.
So when you're able to nourish your mental body, your physical body with food and color food, bring more of those different colors in, eat well, eat healthy, eat fresh, so that your physical body has the stamina and strength. Your mental body, keep the images pure. Every night, detox your mental body by doing a meditation where you see yourself emptying, or see your energy body becoming, your emotional body becoming like a big windscreen full of bugs, and just put a big windscreen wiper and spray all the bugs off and wipe it clean. Your spiritual body, which is meditate, bring in sounds, bring in the tones, allow your body to actually resonate with the different frequencies, as we spoke about here, that each one of these has a different frequency band, and those frequency bands work with your physical body. So by breathing and chanting and toning and feeding your body these colors, you become the living rainbow. You become this living rainbow of light. You are then in harmony with earth. Earth is a 4 which is linked to the heart chakra. The heart chakra, we know, resonates, and this is your point of power. This is where you want to operate from. You know, Dranvala Melchizedek has a specific heart meditation where he actually teaches you, and it's online, you must find it, Dranvala Melchizedek's heart meditation, where he teaches you to go into your heart. It's an online free meditation. Do that, because it's in your heart that you can expand the space. And that space he talks about is where everything exists. And it sounds weird, but scientists have proved that nothing exists outside of us. You know, all that you are doing here is seeing frequencies. All that you are seeing here, all that is coming to us are these different wavelengths. It's your brain and your mind that are actually seeing them as colors, based on the energies, these little motors that are turning at different frequencies. So that's important to know. that the moment you change your perception is the moment you rewire the chemistry of your body. So whether you have a mental, emotional, or physical problem, blockage, or issue, the minute you change your perception, which is tap into these different color frequencies in a different way, help to learn to relax, focus healing on your body, work from your heart space, then you allow yourself to change. This time that we're in is not going to be over soon. It's going to be long lasting because of the planetary shifts, and those who know. But you can make it easier for yourself. You can help change it so that you are more connected. You're more in tune with Earth. The minute that you are more in tune with Earth, your mother, she will tell you where to be, where it's safe. She'll be able to guide you because you are resonating at her frequency, because you are light. You are these frequency bands. That all your energy centers are clear and pure. That you have a focus on beauty because you are bringing this reality in. You take in the chaos of light that exists outside you and you're channeling it through a kaleidoscope prism. And you're allowing that light to infiltrate your mind, and you're giving your heart something beautiful to look at. And when you give yourself something beautiful to look at, you can change your life. You can bring in a new future. You can change your old programming. So what will happen when you start doing this process is you'll realize that you might be sitting with a few blockages here, old beliefs, things that you need to look at and change. And when you can change these, which is something during the workshop that I will also be going through with every single one of you, is a meditation to unblock and release all the negative patterns that each of you might have, and that we can discuss in the workshop along these lines. Then once you have pure energy flowing through your body, you will be guided by your heart, through the resonance of your heart, to help manifest a new world where you are safe, where you can give your gifts and freely receive your gifts, that you are bringing people into your life that resonate with you on a much better level. When you understand this, then you know that you're operating from your heart, and you're operating from all levels of perception. You're operating within the system, but your understanding is more, it's bigger than this. But this is a foundation. This is a good starting place. And kaleidoscopes are little joy bringers. They open you up to a world of wonder. And during these times of uncertainty, it's so important to feel grounded enough to change your world, to change your life, so that you can be the shiny star, so that you can live a life that you were designed to, right now, to be part of. And this is what I'd like to share with you now. So put everything down, take a few deep breaths, and I'm going to give you an experience of how kaleidoscope light, just through the beauty, through relaxed vision, through no effort. It should not take effort, it should be effortless. Change is effortless, but to get to the point of change takes time. And that's where you want to release the blockages. But for now, sit back and relax and enjoy the open eye meditation. And I look forward to you registering on my course. My details are online at www.laralight.com. Go to the shop and find my sensory perception for a new world workshop. Register and we will meet again. Till then, keep well, stay blessed. Bye for now. It's now meditation time.